Yo, what's up? This is Splendid Radio on PharcydeTv with my co-host Jeremy Scipio.
What's going on, people?
And a very funny cat, man, that I ran across on the gram. You know what I'm saying? He was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And Jeremy's usually the my go-to for the comedy, but I've been doing some little scrolling and searching, and I ran across Ambrose, and man, he very, very funny, very talented comedian. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Cool. So basically with the podcast, you know what I'm saying? We started off with a couple hip hop questions, and then we go into your journey, and then we break it down into the comedy and all that. But when you heard hip hop the first time, where were you at and what was the song?
Okay, I dig that. I just made a post about it not too long ago. Born in Chicago, then we moved to Memphis. I ain't listening to rap in Chicago. I just used to listen to the blues. My mama used to. So as a young guy, then we moved to Memphis. My boy Arthur, I used to be in school with him. I forgot what class we took. He had a headphone cassette, a tape with the headphones. I bought it from him. I bought 3 6 Mafia, Chapter 1, World Domination from him. That was my very first hip hop tape. And after that, yeah, I just fell in love, with 3 6 Mafia. So I have to say 3 6 Mafia.
Cool.
Where you said you was from?
Born in Chicago.
Born in Chicago, but you from Memphis, basically?
It's in Memphis, yeah.
You want to talk about your tenure in LA?
Yeah. That's later on. You want to talk about that now?
Sure, a little bit. Why not?
Shit. Well, LA. So I started comedy in like 2007. Then I got an uncle in LA. I was like, man, I need to come out there and pursue my career. I ain't know how the game go. So, know nobody. Got on a couple of shows. Went to Tijuana, Mexico a couple of times. And after that, I had a son too. I got a son. He was like 3 or 4 years old, and I used to talk to him over the phone. He was like, "Daddy, you coming home?" And I just started thinking about it. Like, I ain't had my dad in my life fully, so I was just like, you know what, you need to just go back home and build your fan base up at home first, and then go back out to LA. You know what I mean? So I came back home, hit the ground running, and shit, made it to NBC Last Comin' Standing right here from Memphis, Tennessee. I ain't even had to go to LA.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
So.
Nah, man. Anybody that hasn't checked Ambrose's Hollywood Jones's comedy out, man, hilarious, man. He's got a very good take on sketch comedy that he kind of pulls off. That's real cool. So you came to LA or to Canoga Park, and you start doing your comedy thing. So tell me this, the culture shock, Memphis. Well, I'll say this, you had it a little easier because you didn't come just straight down to the heart of South Central. You went from Memphis to Canoga Park. So right. What was that like?
But I was going in the hood performing at them little shows. But man, you know what? The weather just shocked the shit out of me, man. Coming from the South to LA, I remember being out there in November, just being outside. Fucking sun is out. I'm like, what the? It's 80-something degrees in November. So it was a spot called Weber's up the street from my uncle's spot that they used to have comedy at on Wednesdays. I used to go there. Tori Hart, Kevin Hart ex-wife, she was hosting one week. I met what's Bernie Mac wife on his show, pretty beautiful.
Kalita Smith.
Man, my uncle was getting up one night. So it used to be a lot of stuff at a spot called Weber's in LA in the Valley on Wednesday nights. I used to go up there. LA, they just never did pay nobody. You just go up there, do some time, ain't nobody paying you. Yeah. One time I did EL, what's his name? He from Chicago too out there in LA. His name Lionel something.
Oh, Evan Lionel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did an Earthquakes podcast earlier today, and they mentioned him on there.
Oh, for real, yeah, I ripped this spot up. And I remember I texting him like, "Hey man, if I come back, you think you'll be able to throw me something?" I ain't get no response, but I'm like, "Damn, they don't pay for comedy out here." So yeah, it was different.
Telling the truth.
But
Well,
you know,
man,
been in the game 15 years. I go out there now. I know people now. I can, you know what I'm saying, call somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. I just didn't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
First time I met Kalita Smith was at this place. What was it called? I can't think what it was called, but it was in Studio City, and she was hosting. And when I met her, I'll never forget this because nobody's ever did this to me. She kicked her leg up and put it on my shoulder.
yeah.
He didn't do that to me when I met her.
It was flexible. I was like, because somebody introduced me to somebody else, and then they was like, "Oh, she's hosting the show." That's how I never forget her name. I was like, Kalita Smith. I was like, "Hey, nice to meet you." She's like, "Nice to meet you." She grabbed my hand, put her foot on my shoulder. I never had nobody.
Hey.
That was it.
I mean, yeah, I ain't take her home. I'm just.
Hey, man, that was it, yeah, bro. I'm like,
that's not a story. He's like, that's not a story.
Man, Jeremy had a winner, man. I'm like, damn.
I mean, I was young, man. I didn't know how to talk to no chicks back then. I was just doing comedy.
That's about one of the best invites you can get.
I mean, we still had a show to do. What I'm supposed to do?
Hey,
she let him in. He was like, "Nah, that's all right. I'm good.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm a little different now, but still, like I said, she blew my mind in.
Did you smell something?
All right, here we go. I was 22 years old. You know, like I said, I was still thinking like that's Bernie Mac's wife, just like you said. Like, I'm Bernie Mac's wife. He gonna come get me. No.
So we gonna spin the record and ask how do you think hip hop influences the world?
Man, shit. Hip hop, that's everything. It is, man. I mean, from everybody, little kids to grown-ups listen to hip hop, man. So I mean, luckily when we was growing up, I didn't take none of the crazy shit that I listened to and applied it to my life. Because, you know,
hey, good for you.
3 6 Mafia used to talk about doing drugs and shooting motherfuckers. I ain't do drugs till later on. So, you know, 3 6 Mafia, though, they had, man, they was on fire then. And but nothing, luckily enough, I was just lucky enough just to listen to the music and don't take nothing from it, just listen to it. But other people, you know, now millennials ain't that damn smart. Now they believe everything these rappers say. And
tell me this, I might be wrong, but was that movie that Jim Brown, it was Jim Brown and Pam Grier and it was another old school cat that they was that movie in Memphis with Sparrow with Drew Down?
I don't know what movie you're talking about. What's the name of it? You know the name? You don't know the name?
Ah, man. Was it Memphis?
Original
Go ahead. Original Gangsters. That's what it was. Was that in Memphis?
No.
Okay.
Only movie I know from Memphis, Hustle and Flow.
Right.
This was a pre-dating, less Hustle and Flow.
Oh, okay.
A couple ratings down, maybe a PG-13. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
I think this is in Gary, Indiana, man.
Oh, okay.
Hey. A little less country, but still very country. I get it. That's funny. What's your favorite hip hop beef?
Shit.
Or sorry, I meant battle first.
Battle? You mean the verses?
No, but just a battle, old school battle. You know what I mean? You probably went into battle rap, huh?
Oh shit! I thought you was talking about. It had to be local, man. Like Memphis. It was 3 6 Mafia going against this rapper named Player Fly. I don't know if y'all know Player Fly.
Player Fly, heck no! I'm about to look him up though.
be at it, and they used to make diss songs about each other. But when I tell you these are some of the hardest songs, Player Fly, Drake just used one of his beats, sample one of his beats, just to wake and shake and once again. So that's one of Player Fly beats. So it had to be Player Fly versus 3 6 Mafia here in Memphis, Tennessee. They never did get to fight and killed each other, nothing like that, but they did used to drop some good battle records against each other. Yeah.
Dude, you know what, man? Shout out to Drake, man. I was looking at the Diplomats perform, and I was like, man, Drake was right there. He was out on stage doing Jim Jones's ad libs and everything, and I'm like, man, you can't.
The verses?
Nah, this was just Jim. The Diplomats had a show, I guess within the last month, and they showed Drake next to the DJ, and I was like, okay, he's just a fan, you know what I'm saying? He's there chilling out, and then he was on stage behind Jim Jones doing ad libs. I'm like, man, you can't even pay for that, man.
Drake, he just take it. Yeah, he take everybody flow. I don't know if he be showing them, just showing his recognition, but Drake take everybody flow, man. Like Project Pat, that song Look Alive, he quoted some of Project Pat lyrics, Soldier Boy. Drake just take your style. I guess it's just him showing you love, but
you know what, from a music industry angle, it's not even him, man. When you're at that level, you got different people that A&R you. So they're out and got the ear to the street, and they bring in stuff back to Drake, and they're like, yo, man, this is hot. You need to woo, 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 woo. So then, let me say it's not just organically Drake just being on people or whatever. People are bringing them stuff. Like, put it this way. There was a famous rapper in the Bay Area called Mac Dre. And then it was like, Drake shouted out Mac Dre and did whatever. And then MF Doom, you know what I'm saying? He's from New York, not even on some whatever. And then Drake shouted him. So I think that cats like Drake just have people that it's just like older comics. They got younger comics with their ear to the street, like trying to see who's hot, who's woo woo whoop, and then what was wham. And then they put it together like that. You
being so nice. These niggas are thieves, bro. And it's all good because that's how they get it. Bro, Jay-Z, Kanye West, this is how these business-minded guys move. They just take nigga shit, and then you just see it like Jay-Z stole from Tupac, Biggie, Nas, all these people, bro. That's what he did. And he's a great businessman, but he would take their flow.
If we're on a show with an older comedian and he like a bit that we do, he can just go do it on his next special, and everybody gonna think it's his, and then it ain't even yours no more. you just be at home mad as hell, like, man, everybody took my motherfucking show.
Now, if it's a shout out, and this has always been Jay-Z's problem when it comes to Biggie lyrics, he would say, "Yo, shout out to Biggie," and say the quote. But his whole career, he been doing Biggie lines, and you think this is my jam? People like, yo, this is a Biggie song. This is a Tupac song. This is a Nas song. Jay-Z done bit off Kanye. Kanye go, what happened? Like we can bite off other people. We can't bite off each other. You know what I'm saying? Drake, he's just a master. You know what I mean?
Well, the views expressed by Ambrose and Jeremy Scipio are not the views expressed by. No, I'm just.
Drake probably admitted. He'll admit it. He'd be like, oh yeah, I took that. You make your money.
There's no way that they can't say, with Drake, it was difficult for me because for a very long time, maybe the old man in me, I couldn't accept him as an artist. Like I just could not accept him as an artist. Like it just, I couldn't name right now. I think one of his songs are Telephone Bling or Something Bling or
Stop
whatever.
This. You're doing this on purpose.
No.
If you had a gun there, you could name Drake songs.
No, I'm a thou
Drake songs.
No, I'm being a thou wow, man. I couldn't connect, but
about a beef between him and XX Extension that I think I said his thing right, RIP to him, but he Drake stole one of XX songs and without his permission, and so that was their whole beef against each other.
I never knew, and that's so crazy because I was watching the trial. And so the trial about the people that killed Triple X Extension, they kept on saying they were gonna try to get Drake to testify or something. They kept on saying it. I think it was just clickbait, but they kept
no.
He said that XX, when he was alive, said if somebody try to do something to me, it's Drake. Blame it on Drake. So that's probably
and it was definitely trolling, but I mean that's what happens with art and reality. It's like you keep playing and then boom, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, who knows, man? Drake say he got mob time. If you push Drake, he'll admit to being that gangster. But other than that, he's supposed to be a nice guy. So who knows, man? I just know if you got an empire, man, I don't trust you. You gonna protect it at all costs.
Yeah, that's a fact. So Ambrose, what's your favorite genre of music other than hip hop?
Other than hip hop, man, I have to say, blues, because that's what I grew up listening to first. All the goddamn time, Mama used to put us in a room, and everybody else used to be in there partying, listening to some goddamn down home blues. And after that, probably R&B. R. Kelly she played a lot of R. Kelly, blues, Key Sweat.
Hey, so my family's from Brookhaven, Mississippi. And
Brookhaven?
Brookhaven.
How far that is from Memphis?
Ain't too far. I got some cousins in Memphis.
Yeah. Brookhaven, right up the road, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I remember going out there about 17, 18 years old. And I'm trying to blend in with my cousins, I'm the cousin from California. I'm thinking I'm coming to Brookhaven, you know what I'm saying? Coming from LA, you got a little flavor on you, it's gonna be a little easier. Nah, man.
Yeah.
They go ahead.
You probably was considered lame. Who was the lame nigga?
Man, but let me tell you the coldest thing. They had a blues player, right? He performed at the little lodge hall. It was just a lodge hall. It wasn't nothing incredible. And he wasn't like a Bobby Blue Bland or anything like that. He was just a blues player. So basically, they had this dude and gave him a police escort up to the venue. And then the police walked him up to the stage. And I was sitting back looking at that. And I was like, oh, man. And I was like, okay, this is the best Brookhaven got to offer. And then the next part is I will admit that I listen to blues and I'll crack a Budweiser now and again when I smoke meat. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go. Down South Way right there. There you go. Yeah, one of my uncle partners, he in LA, he from Mississippi, and I think he came to LA in '82. He caught a Greyhound down there to see his dad, and he said he never did go back to Mississippi after that. So every Friday he fry fish and make some greens every Friday in LA.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What's your favorite hip hop movie?
I'm About It. Come on, man.
Oh man.
No, I'm from
That's
the South.
Hilarious.
I gotta keep it southern.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
I'm About It. Boy, that was the shit.
Yeah, all the Master P movies, man.
Classic.
Yeah, people just make fun of them, but man, I got into the story. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, man, I got the hookup, cult classic.
I heard they no rehearsing, bro. They just used to say, "All right, action," and just go. Those make the best.
Eddie Griffin was telling a story about how, I guess he got like paid like $1 million cash from like Master P straight up. Like there was no paperwork. It was like, yo, let's just do this.
I think he said he wrote "I Got the Hookup." I want to say he wrote one of them. He wrote something.
Who, Eddie Griffin?
Oh yeah, he sure did. Yeah,
all right. He probably just said what he wanted to say. Oh, Foolish. No, that was Foolish. That was the movie.
Yeah, Yeah, he wrote Foolish. That's what it was. You're right.
Yeah,
Master P was awesome.
I don't know if y'all seen this one now. 3 6 Mafia got one called Choices, named after one of their seasons. 3 6 too.
Cult classic.
Yeah, yeah.
Choices.
All right, nah. This weekend, that's the we on Sunday. We gonna see Choices. We gonna hunt him down and check him out.
I got that joint on DVD.
So, question: you seen it recently?
No, I ain't seen it recently.
I was just wondering, like, can you still watch it?
I need to get a DVD player because I got a lot of. My partner, who I used to roll with, they was hustlers and entrepreneurs. That's who I got it from. They used to, when CDs and DVDs first came out. Oh, they was.
He said hustlers and entrepreneurs.
Man, we had a cell phone business in high school.
What?
We had business license and everything. Yeah, I was rolling with some two hustlers. Yeah.
I was stealing CDs. Me and my homies were stealing CDs from the CD store and selling them for $5 a piece, man. A CD with the booklet and everything, man.
My partner was so big. My partner got popped by the feds. They was like wholesalers. Yeah, he got popped by the feds. Yeah. And I used to get a couple here and there and sell them and keep them for my own. I still got a whole bunch of DVDs and CDs, man. I still listen to bootleg CDs and shit because I got so many of them.
Hey, man, good for you.
Yeah. I think, do y'all think they sound better than a stream? I think CDs still sound better than the streaming music.
It depends on where you're listening. You know what I'm saying? I think, yeah.
I'll play a CD till it starts skipping, so it's hard for me to like all my CDs. I just use them as coasters because they all skip.
Oh, for real?
If I didn't like the CD, it been missing. The ones I like.
But this the thing about streaming music: when you driving and you hit a dead spot, you can't hear the music.
Oh, it's over. It's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 365. That's your favorite. That's your favorite group.
That probably got to be 3 6 Mafia. Did y'all see the versus battle between 3 6 and Bone Thug?
Yeah.
It was wild. That's how you like it, though, huh? Those niggas was wild.
You know, so rest in peace, Gangsta Boo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Infamous Koosta Nigga. Who else did out the group? That's it, man. Yeah, man, Gangsta Boo, man. God damn. She had two of the hardest CDs too, man. Man, that's messed up. Yeah. Y'all got that shit out there in LA. I think that fentanyl started out there in LA. I think that's where it originated from.
I can't tell you, but I can tell you that my homeboy, Fuquan Johnson, he was like he became the mascot of it. And I was around the time he passed, I was hanging around him every day, man. It was really weird.
Was he did he get laced or was he actually just doing the fentanyl?
Laced, but you know what? It's a mystery because him and two other people, they was all like, you know, doing what they do together. And there's this white girl who do that too. She found him, but this is where the gray area is. So they had one story, they all was doing it, and they ended up dying. She ended up going to the hospital. You got another story where she found him and she didn't want to get caught doing, you know, coke. So she just left him hanging. You know what I mean? And then decided what she wanted to do. So it's controversial. I stay out of it because I feel like this is controversial amongst the whole comedy community that was affiliated with them. I stay out of it because, you know, I don't even mess with that world. So I can't speak on what one person would have done or did, or, you know, if I wasn't there and I don't know nothing about that world. But it's strange though, because she said she was in the hospital and then nobody could prove she was in the hospital. Like, so.
And you know,
yeah.
I used to dibble and dabble.
Mm-hmm.
That's what niggas say when he used to do something he don't want to say. Yeah, I used to dibble.
We all talking in code. It's all good.
See, my uncle told me that like everybody's not getting laced with it. Like, I guess people are actually requesting it because it gets you higher than the regular shit. So, and then like if you do a little bit at a time, your body builds up immunity to it. And so, but if you go overboard, then that'd be enough to, take you out. So, but
I thought they was cutting it with it, no?
Cutting it with it. But yeah, but everybody ain't getting laced. Some people actually like, hey, I want the, you know.
Wow, that's like Russian roulette.
so much out here. You think everybody is just so much out here that folks just lacing? And no, folks actually requesting like, this is what I want.
Man,
oh, wow.
You see that one internet thing. I think it's going around. I don't know how hot it is, but this dude's like in the hospital and he all laid up, passed out. And then she's like, yeah, preparing the fentanyl. He goes, fentanyl. she goes, it's a medical grade. It's not.
Yeah.
He was like, oh.
Fentanyl. I left that shit alone, man. It's just crazy, man.
I lost quite a few friends to that, man. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it ain't the same, man. You know, back in the day, you can do the shit all, do the shit and just go out and kick it. But now you do that shit, go out and kick it. That might be your last goddamn time doing it, So I don't know. I think all drugs are crazy. Weed is different now too. Remember back in the day, nigga used to smoke one blunt and then get high and go eat and go to sleep. Now these niggas stay up all day just smoke.
Yeah.
All they ate was one pineapple chunk. You be like, you ain't hungry,
dog? One pineapple chunk.
Just smoke all day and just ate one pineapple chunk. Bro, you ain't hungry, you ain't eat. Like, so people smoking more weed than they are eating. Like, what the fuck?
That's funny.
Yeah, I'll just stick to my liquor, man. Hey, no recall on vodka.
You said a recall on vodka. So tell me this.
Which one?
When did you realize that you had an attraction to comedy?
Man, you know what? Black people, I think all black people got a talent for music, comedy. That was our gateway. I think that probably go back all the way from slavery days. Is they used music as an outlet. They probably used to crack jokes when the master ain't looking. I know I probably would have been out there cracking jokes, laughing every chance I get when the master ain't looking. So I think that's really a part of all of us. But I used to watch Comic View a lot. That's when I first.
Yeah.
I ain't used to watch. Like, I know some people like, when I was little, I used to sneak and watch. My mom and them didn't have no Richard Pryor tape. So as I got older and BET Comic View, like Comic View used to come on, man, that was my shit.
Comic View on BET. Don't you laugh about?
Why that? But not knowing before I started doing comedy, I was always the person that used to love to have a great time anyway. Nigga used to work all week. Me and my partner used to go out on the weekend. They couldn't even go out without me because they like, damn, Ambrose, like we gotta have Ambrose. Ambrose gotta be with it. I know we finna kick it. We finna have a good time. So I just always just had that vibe of just having a great time. That's just always been me. And then when I started, I stayed up the street from a comedy club. I was working at UPS at the time. I just separated from my son's mother. So I was just doing some reading and just trying to find myself because that shit hurt me. I wanted to be there every day with my son, but we separated. So started meditating, doing some reading and self-enlightenment material, reading self-enlightenment books and just trying to find out who I was. And I stayed up the street from a comedy club. I used to pass this club every day on the way to work. I used to drive trucks for UPS. So every day I'm driving, before I get on the E-way, I look up in the sky, see this sign that say Comedy Tennessee. And I used to just always wonder, like, man, what the fuck goes on in there? So me and my roommate, me and my partner, we stayed together. Man, we just went in there one weekend. We went out to eat at Applebee's, and I was like, hey, man, let's just stop in here and see what's going on. Went in there, the owner came up to me. Still cool with him now. The club ain't there no more, but Sammy came up to me. He was like, man, we have headliners here Thursday through Sunday, and we have open mic here on Wednesday night, man. You want to come up here and try some comedy? You can come up here and put your name on the list, get 5 minutes. I don't know why, but it just clicked in. And I was just like, okay, all right, cool. And I went home and wrote like 5 minutes worth of material, talking about my son's mother and, I'll break up and shit. And went up there the following Wednesday, man. And there was like 15 people in the crowd. The host called my name. My street name was Broski. That's what my partners called me, Broski. And that's what I put my name on the list as. And the host was like, hey, y'all coming up to the stage. I never heard of this guy, but he go by the name of Broski. Give it up for Broski. All right, y'all, give it again, y'all, give it up. Okay, no Broski. couldn't get up, nigga.
Oh, I didn't get up.
I couldn't get up, nigga. Nigga, I know about fear firsthand.
That's so crazy because I was just about to give you hella props. I was like, man, you really drove past the spot. You looked up, you was like, yo, whoop, whoop, whoop. You talked to the owner. You was like, okay, man, I'm about to go. Because I was like, it was pretty impressive that you went home and wrote 5 minutes of material, not being a comedian.
I know, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, I did not get up, but I sat there and I watched the rest of the show. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna come home. I had read something about in a book about affirmations. If you write something down every day until you actually do it. So I went home and I wrote affirmation. I wrote it down 15 times every day until the following Wednesday. I will perform at Comedy Tennessee next Wednesday. I wrote it down 15 times every day until the following Wednesday. Called her to put my name on list. It's Ambrose this time. So now it's my name. Called my name and he was like, yeah, come to the stage, Ambrose. And I went up there. I did my 5 minutes material. It was so rehearsed because, you know, you got it in your head memorized and you're saying it just as you got it in your head. No pauses for laughter, nothing. So it just sound rehearsed. But I did get a couple laughs. One joke, I think I said, yeah, because my son and mother and I, we stay together. And I was like, yeah, I don't think a man and woman should stay together. I think a man and woman staying together is like putting a dog and a cat in a fish tank. If not both of us, then somebody's going to die. Something like that. And I heard, boy, they giggled, and that was it, nigga. I was nigga, I was up. I was every Wednesday after that, nigga. I'm out delivering packages. When it gets to like 6:30, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna shoot this shit in, not in one. I gotta go back home, change clothes. I gotta be at this club at 8:15. So I was bringing shit back to the building, not delivering it, and I was sick. You couldn't tell me. And it just went on. I got fired. And just because I was bringing a lot of packages back, my supervisor was like, man, you have this package, this package, this package. I was like, yeah. I had to bring it back in. I ain't have enough time. He was like, man, you know you're supposed to stay out there and deliver all these packages. So they wrote me up. They fired me. But UPS drivers with the union. And so I could have just go filed a grievance and got my job back. But me being a procrastinator, you got 10 days to file a grievance on your termination letter. I waited till the 11th day.
They know what they're doing.
That was the universe, man.
I mean, I could have did it if I could have kept my job if I would have filed a grievance within that 10 days. But me being a procrastinator, yeah, I'm gonna go down to the union and do it. I waited till the 11th day, and the union rep was like, you would have got this in, you know, within that 10-day period. We could have kept your job, but we ain't nothing we can do for you. And I was just like, okay. And look, I didn't want to work this motherfucker no way. So yeah, man, car got repoed after that. A lot of shit happened, but I kept doing comedy, man. I kept on, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, I'll speak through my little origin story, my supervillain origin story. Because I always say comics have 2 start times. You know what I mean? I feel like yours went in a week, so that was good. Mine was the first time I actually did stand-up comedy was at a Def Comedy Jam audition. Yeah.
You spoiled.
No, it was like your story, but just in front of all the wrong people. What happened was, you know, I always said pretty much, you know, yeah, Def Comedy Jam and Comic View. I watched it religiously. I had no idea I was going to be a stand-up comic, but I always said it. You talk about affirmation, it was like a reverse affirmation. I always said, like, man, I'm gonna do comedy at some point. I just I'm gonna do it. I was like, yo. So everybody in my high school knew that I was gonna try at least, you know. I thought it was like a job you get after college. I don't know. I was thinking like, oh, after you get a job, you find out what you really want to do. Yeah. But I was at this club with the homie, and his uncle was the DJ. He was just like, hey, what you about to do next? He's like, yeah, man, I'm DJing this event, then I'm DJing this that Comedy Jam thing. He was like, oh, my boy Jeremy's a comedian. He goes, you a comedian? I said the thing I hate people say. I said, yeah. I do comedy. I've never done stand-up before in my entire life. I was just lying. Just straight up a lie. Straight up a lie. He goes, you funny? I was like, yeah. I had never done. Matter of fact, my boy was doing all the talking about it. He's like, man, he's funny, man. Like, yo, Jeremy be dead serious though. He be cracking us up, man. Blah, blah. He's selling it. Selling it. He's like, all right.
Speak things that are not as if they are.
Yo, like I said, it definitely was not my intention, but it worked. Cause yeah, dude was like, all right. He goes, he said, I'm gonna make some calls, man. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. Or sorry, I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. But the audition was in DC. So once we got the word that I can go up there or whatever, I still wasn't like set on it. I was just like, oh, well, this is a good idea. You know, try. I told my family.
How many a day in your life?
Never. And I had all the resources around me. If I would have started when everybody I admire started, then yeah, I would have took off. But man, I was like 18 at the time, 18, 19, something like that. And yeah, my sister, like you just tell your family, family like, oh, you ain't funny, I'm funny. Let me say what funny is. This person, everybody just. But then my sister was like, she was dating this dude that had the buddy passes for the flights. She was like, we're gonna get you up there. I was like, all right. So we flew to DC. In my mind, I was thinking it was like Def Comedy Jam audition was like American Idol. You know what I'm saying? Because you just want to see if you could, people will judge you. If you dope, cool. If not, you go home. That's what I was thinking. It didn't hit me till I got there. That was like the Super Bowl of stand-up comedy. And it was funny because this dude, I know him now, but I didn't know him at the time, Bob Sumner. He was like, he goes, this is the big leagues. I don't care where you was at before. I don't care if you've been on Comic View. This ain't Comic View. This is the Super Bowl. This is the finals. So, and literally while I was there, most of the people on there I had seen on TV. I remember Bad Boys of Comedy came out around that time. I watched that religiously. And like people who I was like, man, he's funny. I hope we get everything. And him standing right next to him. I'm in this competition. I'm like, oh shoot. So yes, more was there, like hella people. So then I remember after he gave this big speech talking about like, I don't care, I judge funny, I know real funny, I discovered Bernie Mac, I discovered Monique, all this running off at the mouth, talking down to these people that I respect. Right after that, he comes to me, he goes, hey, we already seen them before, so we want some fresh blood, man. I think that you could be like the next biggest star. I was like, really? He goes, yeah. He said, yeah, so you're going first. I was like, oh, I can't go first. He said, you either go first or second because we ain't paying attention to the rest. I was like, all right, whatever, man. So I said, I'll go second. First dude came up, who went up. I don't remember. I know I've never seen this dude since. Big diamond earrings, white suit. Man, he went up there and bombed looking like an Oscar. Like he was like the flyest bomb. Like they booed him off stage. And then they said, coming up next, and they fucking my last name like they still do. Jeremy Snuffleupagus, whatever the fuck. They just brought me up. And I had, like you said, man, you had 5, I had 3. I had 3 minutes prepared. The first joke didn't hit, but they didn't boo me. So the second joke, they didn't laugh, but somebody in the back was like, "Go on, baby, you got this. Don't even worry about them. It's your time.
Let them use you."
Man, it did. Before I went on stage, everybody was around me like I was like everybody was treating me like I was the one. They was like, "Yo, like we believe in you." Man, you already know this fella, man. Afterwards, man, they wouldn't even standing near me. Like this one dude was like, "I want to give you some advice. Come with me." And I walked with him to the bar. Walked with him to the bar. He was like, "What you drink?" I was like, "I don't drink." And then like 5 minutes go by, I wait for this golden advice. He turned back around. He's like, "You still here?"
Man, yeah.
Nobody wanted nothing to do with it, man. I didn't do comedy again for like another 3 years, bro.
You would have to be for your first time at a Def Comedy Jam, you probably would have had to be a Chris Tucker or a Bernie Mac just to pull that off for your first time.
Definitely agree.
Comedy. You just had to have personality about you. Mike Epps probably could have did it with his personality. He probably could have got away with it. I couldn't do it because I'm more of a thinker. I would have had to have my material packed down, so I probably couldn't do that on that first go round either. Oh shit, that was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, it was foolish. That's what it was. And you know, but it's I think it definitely made me grow. You know what I mean? And not even in the traditional way, like it hurt, made me grow, like in just discernment in general. Like I'm like, okay. And then you see young kids making decisions like that, you be like, man, are you ready? Are you sure? You know what I mean? Like, is this what you want to do? Like, how sure is it worth a flight? Is it worth wasting your family time? Is it worth people thinking you suck? The first impression of people is thinking you suck.
But that's what you needed to, you know, get started 3 years later.
Yeah. I mean, after that, man, and you know, everything. I could tell you another version of the story, but it went pretty smooth.
It's an excellent story.
I tried to tell it too much because it still hurt. But
so you can have a story to tell.
Yeah.
Anytime you're around some big time comedians, like, you know what? Let me tell you that when I first started, Def Comedy Jam audition. Never did comedy. Yeah, that's good. Comedy hurts, all the downfalls and just it should hurt, but you just still do it. And just my biggest, everybody talk about their biggest like last comedy stand. That was good. NBC made to NBC from Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. That's good. But my biggest downfall, Kevin Hart people, Joey Wells hit me up. This is like 2000, this is 2019, 18. Okay. But they had Part of the City here. I couldn't do it because I already had previous TV credits. But I had hosted the auditions tape that they sent in to Kevin Hart and them. You know, the audition, the comedians to audition to see who's going to be Part of the City. When they come here, I hosted it. So Joey reached out to the guy that put it together. Like, man, who was that guy right there? I was like, man, that's Ambrose. But he already did NBC Last Comic Stand. So years later, like 2 years later, Joey hit me up and was like, hey, man, you want to do LOL and Laugh Out Loud Comedy Festival in, you know, Canada? The festival.
Montreal. Yeah. JFL. Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah. Get paid. They fly you out. I think I had to fly myself out, but they were going to reimburse me when I get out there. You know, this is where all the managers and everything. I'm like, heck yeah, I want to go. Nigga, I'm on child support for my son. Had some arrears at the time.
No.
I told them, yeah, I can do it. So they didn't send me the contract. I didn't sign the contract.
Man.
For folks and be like, hey man, I got this big opportunity to go. So they gave me this big ass lump sum I had to pay. I couldn't pay. I had to email them folks back and be like, hey man, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I can't even get my passport.
Yo.
Look, I just made
Nah, man, I know about missed opportunities, but that one, ooh.
Nah, but that sounded better, man. I did some managing, of course, but some tour managing. I've gone across the border and seen fools think they were just gonna skip and just la-di-da-di-da. And you get the wrong customs agent and they put the brakes on you, right? Like you don't even get across American soil. You know what I'm saying? You right there. I had a dude who, he had a DUI. He was a guitar player. He had a DUI 6 years earlier. He had got hella faded the night before, so he already was kind of on one because he did, you know, he was having to engage with these people. I just had to pay him some money. I didn't bribe him, but I was just like, you know, what if you're gonna charge, if you're gonna let him in, just tell us what it is for us to pay or just whatever, and whoop. And they just kind of gracefully and it was like $500, $600 or something like that.
Yeah, that's all they want to be money anyway. That's all.
Yeah.
But and that hurt, man. That still stings now, but
man,
just got to keep going and keep going, man. But yeah, that opportunity ain't came back around.
you got a passport now?
No, I still ain't got it, but
dog, man, I was about to invite you to
I was like,
it's a high paying gig, man. Come on.
but yeah, what's another time I heard me doing? I started in 07. Eddie Griffin came here in 2011 here at the Orpheum Theater. It holds like maybe 25, maybe 1,500, something like that. And the promoter, I was cool with the promoter. He used to come out to my show. He's like, man, you want to open for Eddie Griffin? I'm like, fucking hell yeah. Like, I ain't never did nothing this big. Like, I'm just performing in Comedy Tennessee, small comedy club, bars around town. This is the Orpheum. Got my blaze on. My girl at the time had her recording it. I go up there and rip for about 10 minutes. Everybody coming up to me after, damn, bro, I remember I seen you. Bah, bah, bah. You know, in my head, that's it. I'm gone, baby. This is it. I know folks finna start calling. Nigga asked me when the last time after that I performed at a big venue that goddamn big. Nigga, I was right back at the coffee shop the following week. Nigga, it probably was like 5 years before I hit another goddamn So you have these unrealistic expectations in your head that you'd be like, nigga, no, it's not time yet. No. Nah,
bro, I feel you, dog. I open for
you'll just keep going, man. Just keep going.
I had this night I opened for Dave Chappelle and like literally it was crazy this even happened. Chris Rock was on the show, Hannibal Buress and a couple other people, and like, you thinking like I decided to not take pictures because I was like, you gotta act like this happens all the time. If you act like it happens all the time, it's gonna happen all the time. If you act brand new, you get treated brand new. And I was with everybody, kicking it, being treated like an equal, and I didn't take any pictures, man. And it never happened again.
So you with him?
Huh?
Was on the show with him?
Yeah. Dave, I asked Dave to open for him, and he told me he was high. He was like, he told me, he goes, I got to see what Chris is up to when he gets in town. And I think that's the next time I'm gonna do one of my shows. I'm pretending like, is he talking about Chris Rock? Like, he just acting like we that cool that he could just say Chris and I know who he's talking about. I had no idea who he's talking about. I was like, I think he's talking about Chris Rock, but I ain't gonna say who you talking, who Chris, who, which one? Like, so then some time passed. I reached out to his manager. His manager was acting cool in person, but when I was texting him, nothing, no responses, no nothing. He even told him, he said, take his number down. This guy cool. He's like, oh, Jeremy. Oh, you're great. Every time I hit him, nothing. Hey, Cena, what's going on? Is it still happening? What's the date? You hear anything? Is Chris in town? Nothing. So, so then I popped over to, I did an open mic, and I knew where the show was at. I knew everything. Oh no, actually before that, I see Dave at the Comedy Store, and he was in the back smoking by himself. And I'm up here thinking of what to say, to kind of get back to that question, that conversation. Yeah. He was like, so I see you Thursday, right? And I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, I just went to like, I'm gonna not fuck this up. That was it.
Yeah, I'm on a couple of, hey, cool as hell.
Yeah, he cool. I mean, I've been around him a lot, actually, more than most comedians, famous comedians. But yeah, the opportunity to open for him has not come back around.
You would think like, yeah, I'm in the clique. I'm cool. You're like, no.
He would dap me and talk about every subject in the world other than my career. And that's just the guy. It is what it is. It is what it is. This dude can sneeze on me and I'll be eating for a year.
I went out and kicked it with Dave, and man, Dave is a cool. He stayed drunk and high as a motherfucker, but he's a cool guy, man. I was in Atlanta and doing some shows, and he just did a pop-up spot at the Atlanta Comedy Theater. He's cool with Gary, the owner of the Atlanta Comedy Theater in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And I did a spot Tuesday in Atlanta. Then I see Dave Chappelle gonna be at Atlanta Comedy Theater Wednesday through. So I was like, oh shit, before I go home, I'm gonna check out Dave. I hear Gary. I see Dave gonna be at the club. You know, I'm just in town doing a couple shows. Can I come to? Hey man, that ain't my money at the door. It's gonna be 160 something to get in. I'm like, oh shit. So I hit my guy up, Perry. Well, yeah, 160 at the door. I hit Rodney Perry up, OG Rodney Perry. Rodney Perry, I'm in town doing shows. You going to see Dave? He was like, shit, I don't know. You want to go see him? I was like, yeah. He was like, where you stay at? I was like, I'm over my partner house in Austell, Georgia. He was like, shit, you right around the corner from me. Drive over here. We gonna drive up there and I'm gonna see, can I get us in? We get to the club. Rodney talking to the security guard. And security guard was like, man, you're gonna have to holler at Gary. Gary come out the side door. What's up, Rodney? Rodney like, what's up, Gary? Hey, I got my partner Ambrose with me. You think you can get us 2 seats? Hey, yeah, sit Rodney and his guests right there at the 2 seats by the bar, back there by the bathroom. Mm-hmm. I like slick walk past Gary like. I just talked to you. You told me I couldn't get in. So, man, Rodney got us in. They took our cell phones. Man, Dave killed like an hour, 40 minutes. He recorded the whole thing. And then everybody leaving out. They like, hey, everybody leave out this door to get your cell phones out the pouch. So we walking out. Me and Rodney, we right there by the stage. The host, Kiana Deontay, get on the mic and said, hey, Rodney Perry, meet me in the back. Shit, I was like, oh shit, I'm with Rodney Perry.
Okay.
Go in the back, in the green room, Dave Chappelle right there. This is how humble Dave Chappelle is. He come introduce himself to you. Hey man, how you doing? I'm Dave Chappelle. We looking like, nigga, we know. I'm like, what's up, man? I'm Ambrose, man. He's like, oh, from Memphis? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, okay, cool. Man, and after that, we just, Deontay Wilder, you know, from Birmingham, he come in the green room. A lot of celebrities just started coming in the green room. And so Rodney Perry, he gonna tap on me and say, hey, man, after this, we going to Shaq after party. It's his birthday. You want to go? I said, who is Shaq? The nigga said, Shaquille O'Neal. I said, oh. Yeah. He was like, that's where Dave and them going. I was like, okay, cool. So, man, we went to the club, kicking it with Dave. It was cool, man. Dave, good guy. But like you say, it's hard to be like, hey, man, I need your number. I need to get on some of them shows. You don't want to approach no guy.
Man, yeah, you don't want to be on the shit list. I was watching this thing talking about Tupac, saying that he was justified in his paranoia in the sense of like, you know, he felt like a lot of people was against him. You know, also I'll say some of that you saying speaking words into like affirmations, whatever, you know, because he obviously talked about death a lot or whatever. But I was wondering, what was your take on Tupac? First of all, if you do like Tupac.
Yes. Machiavelli, that was my favorite. All Eyes on Me, that was my favorite. Yeah, he was prolific. But now you catch a lot of people doing interviews talking about Tupac, and they said, you know, Tupac really wasn't like, he had this thug mentality only when he got around black people. Other than that, Tupac was really this nigga was into dance and art, and this nigga was really a smart and a geeky dude. Like what's Michael J. White? He did a Vlad interview and he was saying, man, Pac only turned that shit on when, for some reason, when he was around black people. He was like, I don't know why, but he said they'll be out playing pool somewhere and they talking about fucking art and talking about fucking just some lame shit. And then he said, you know, black people come in, that's when he'll pick up this persona like he's just so, you know what I'm saying? But that takes nothing away from his talent. He did talk about death a lot. And I am a very big fan of, man, your tongue is a powerful weapon. You can speak words and, you know, you speaking your whole life and death, man. It's with your tongue, man, the words that we speak. That's why I'm big on, you know, even if I have a negative thought, I try to replace it with something positive. But I think he just knew that he was just so ahead of his time that, you know what I mean? Like, I heard the way he record, how many songs he record a night, and like he was just recording, he just running out of time. I guess he He just knew, and he got his work done while he was here. And I think we all can learn from that. It's like you don't know when your time gonna come, but you do know it's coming. So try to get much as work. Try to do much as you can. You know what I mean? While we here, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. I hope I answered the question.
No, yeah, you did.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but comedy, and it's amazing that you did see, well, you used to watch on TV and shit. Now you know them and you get to work with them. That's just still amazing.
That's crazy.
That's just still amazing. All the people used to watch on TV. I'm Damon Williams. I'm talking about, these are my personal friends. Dale Gibb. I'm cool with Dale. I'm cool with, like, you're like, damn, I'm accepted by these people that I didn't even fucking know at first.
I'm gonna tell you a Netflix comedy special I watched Sunday night. Hilarious. Some more. She's the queen, man. She the queen.
S'more's great.
She's the queen.
Do you know Samore is the only Black female comedian that fucking fund her own tours? Like them Royal tours, them hers. She put in Bruce and all. She get all that money, man. She got Rolls Royces. Like I met her when she came. Like she is fucking rich, and don't nobody talk about how much of a businesswoman Samore is. Samore put her own comedy shows together. Them hers. The Royal Comedy Tour. Them are hers.
Her Netflix special.
Her and her hood. Shout out to Wayne.
I will definitely say I got just as much without the oohs and ahs, but I got just as much out of her comedy special as I got out of Chris Rock's, for sure. And I'll say hers, where I'll say hers was, to me, I'm not a comedian, so y'all, I know y'all got whoop, whoop, whoop or whatever, but to me, Samore's was equal to or greater than Chris Rock's special because she didn't go in on anybody. Like she told jokes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But where Chris Rock,
he had the right though.
Yeah, he had the right, man. But that's just like pulling your pants down and showing your booty to the, you know what I'm saying? It was
I would have talked about it too. But did you see Marlon Wayans?
I have not seen it.
Yeah, you can't watch Chris Rock without watching Marlon Wayans.
Bruh, that probably was Marlon Wayans, probably best stand-up special. It was fun.
Don't you think that's weird though? That was my take on it. I just thought it was a weird choice.
I just watched his Big Boy interview and he said why he did it. He affiliated with all of them very closely, Jada, Chris, and Will. And he said when Chris got smacked, it felt like he got smacked too. And it just hit him. And he said being malicious towards nobody, it was, if you look at his explanation why he did it, he said he worked it out and like.
Hold on. You saw it.
Mm-hmm.
You believe that special was not malicious towards anybody? Come on, dog. Come on. He went in way worse than Chris.
I think actually, like he's actually cool with them. Been knowing him for years since he was like 18, and he was just. I like the way he did it, but he had stories around it. He ain't just like Jada is great. And then I like the story he built around it. And then at the end, he was like, I don't think he was.
It was great. It was his greatest work.
But I know they probably felt some type of way about it.
Heck yeah, they did. He went in. He didn't go 1, 2. He said, "Oh man," he said, "She's the most beautiful little boy he has ever seen." He said she ain't got no. He said, she ain't got no body. She ain't got no titties. He said, "She don't sit down, she slide. She don't stop until her head hit the seat, bruh." Like bruh. Will Smith owe him some.
I'm thinking probably bypassed them already since he known them already. But no, Marlon Wild, just in his movies, you know that nigga Wild. He gonna take it to the extreme. So that was better than his last one I seen.
It was better than both his specials. That's why I say it's a weird choice because to see him grow so much and do so well, but it's almost like it was somebody else's special. Like it was like Chris Rock's special should have looked like that. Chris Rock gave 10 minutes. He gave us a whole album.
You know what he said? His brother and them be getting on him like, man, you can't do no comedy special back to back like that. It take you 3 or 4 years to get a comedy special together. He said he want to be different because first of all, he said, I'm not a comedian, I'm an actor, first of all. So he said he already got his 3-4 specials already mapped out, so he's not really, doing it to, yeah.
It was inspirational. It was inspirational. I say that I was inspired by that special. I still feel like it was a weird choice, but I know he said he was doing the right thing because he said Damon Wayans was like, he said, I've never seen this before. He said, he said, everything you've done, I've seen before. He said, I've never seen this before.
And that's the thing. All the rules they taught us in comedy, you see it, all the rules being broken and people making it. So now it's like, I'm doing this shit my way. I'm not into all these old ass rules. Don't do this on stage. Don't do that. I was always taught, don't hold the mic stand as a crutch. Nigga, Kevin Hart, his first baby. Nigga riding all on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they sure did. Yeah, he didn't put it down. You're absolutely right.
Fuck all that. Then you see the internet comedians come in and do something like, man, fuck these rules. I'm gonna do this shit my way.
my theory on that, I say comedy is where the losers make the rules. They see somebody else pop and they tell the story like, yeah, well, he did this, so hey, you gotta make sure you do this and don't do that. But I said the person who made it never said that rule. Like only people who have made it.
You know what I hate? Comedy contests when they tell you, don't do this, don't do that. And the person that wins is the motherfucker that break all the rules.
Yeah.
You be like, what the fuck? I was just saying we can't do music cues. Yeah, but man, this shit crazy.
I got disqualified from a comedy competition for, I was the funniest one. And it's not even like me being biased. It was just obvious. Man, no lie, because this what happened. This chick was heckling. She goes, literally in the middle of my set, she goes, do you have abs? Take off your shirt. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm trying to do my art here. Like, how dare you interrupt me? And everybody started clapping with this. And I was like, yeah, I said, I'm up here expressing myself, and you gonna sit here and disrespect me in the middle. Yo, the crowd went insane. Like, yo. I'm like, oh, this is in the bag. I ain't even do no material after that. Then afterwards, they talk about she said, I liked you, Jeremy, I really did, but they said I broke the rule, but they said like, I don't consider that comedy and all this stuff. I was like, oh, that's
actually good comedy. I don't even think I would have thought of that to take my shirt off.
I mean, it was just such a weird thing for her to say. Like, I ain't never heard nobody say that before or after.
Did you have abs? Especially if I knew if I ain't abs, I wouldn't have taken it.
I had a little something, but I was just kidding. I wasn't working out.
More clever. I probably would have said something funny to it, but I don't think I would. That's very clever, though. It is funny.
It was the weirdest thing ever. I was like, ma'am, I am trying to do my art. How dare you interrupt? It was like, I was like, yeah, I took the shirt off. So it was stupid. It was stupid.
Good. That's good improv, though. That is.
Oh, man.
So I'm gonna kind of hop all over the place real quick. I ain't been watching the news too much, but they've been saying something about your ex-president, not mine. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be getting arrested, going to the pokey, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Enlighten me.
Yeah, I talk about this on stage that
okay.
all the black, I thought they was picking on us black guys for sexual harassment, like Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and then I get into Jared from Subway getting arrested. Then I was like, yes, we're even. Yeah. Jared got arrested for child pornography. Then I talked about it. And then I was like, everybody getting arrested for sexual harassment except Donald Trump. He got about 30,000 cases against him, and he still ain't went to jail. We even got proof. We got him getting off the bus saying, "I grabbed women by the vagina." Remember, he said he grabbed women by the vagina.
Yeah, and became the president.
Yeah, he became the president. He still ain't went to jail yet. And I just go into the bit talking about you grabbing a woman by the vagina. You don't grab no woman by the vagina. Everybody in here know you don't grab no woman by the vagina. You touch her on the vagina like this. And I and I'm like, you grab a woman by the vagina. Because if you think about it, you do it like that, that's gonna open it up, and you don't want to leave it open, let that cold air get in there. And she mess around and get the sniffles, you ain't gonna want it no more then. So then I'll be like, but do grab it and open it up. Don't forget to close it when you get done with it. Then I get into it like, man, would it be cool if we can close it up when we get done with it? Make sure. Like, yeah, baby, I gotta work 12 hours at FedEx today. Let me go ahead and close that up. Make sure. Put my lock on it, put my code on it, 223344. But man, Trump got money. Everybody used to mess with Trump back in the day. One of my favorite books is called "Do You" by Russell Simmons, and the foreword was done by Donald Trump. So everybody, because Trump got the money, man. Trump was connected in hip hop through money. So that's why he went to jail. Even if he do go to jail today, Trump know he probably funded everybody campaign on the Supreme Court. He probably funded everybody to get in, all the white judges. So it's like he was the money man. So, that's business, man. So, hey, I don't know. So, he might go to jail, but if he announced he was going to jail on Tuesday, 9 times out of 10, he done already talked to the lawyer and the judge. He'll be out by Thursday. He ain't gonna be in there too goddamn long.
And he gonna be out before then, man. It's gonna be a photo op. He's gonna walk in, sit down for 10 minutes, have some lunch, you know what I'm saying, hang out, shake everybody's hands, take some selfies. Then he's gonna bounce out, take some more pictures, wave, hop into all black. You know what I'm saying? Bounce.
I didn't vote for Trump, but I liked how honest he was. Most presidents lie, shit like that. Donald Trump just told the fucking truth. And I think, that was good. I like the way he handled business when it come to other countries trying to threaten us with a war. Nigga, Donald Trump like, nigga, let's go over there. Let's go. So I didn't vote for him, but certain shit I did like, certain shit I didn't like. But I mean, voting, what Dr. Claude Anderson say, voting is like an intellectual masturbation. That's what the hell that is. But so we can vote all day, but unless we got some money to put behind these people that we really want in, we really just ain't doing shit but pressing a button.
Definitely agree.
You know what I appreciated about Trump more than anything? I appreciated the way he got people to show us who they really were. You know what I'm saying? People who you would have thought they were one way, and I'll say like the Kanyes, you know what I'm saying? And the cats just really get out there and just feel open around this dude to where they just really let you know who they are. And it's just like, man.
But do you remember when Kanye went to go visit Donald Trump?
Yeah.
But the one thing Kanye did, he said, I want you to free Larry Hoover. Nobody ever did that. That was good. I thought that was good on Kanye part.
I'm glad he pulled something good out of it. You were able to pull something.
He freed Lil Wayne instead.
And
Kodak Black.
And Kodak Black, yeah.
Kodak Black, it's Trump forever with him, goddammit.
Yeah, that was a funny, man. It's funny to live this long, I tell you.
And I appreciate that stimulus check too. I appreciate that, Trump.
Little shot glass of some change.
I thought I wasn't gonna get it. I thought because I owed some taxes, I thought it was gonna go to the IRS, but I was on my way driving to Chicago to do a show. And I look at my goddamn bank account. I was like, oh shit, that motherfucker hit, goddamn. Yeah, I needed that 1,200 right there. Appreciate that, Trump.
You know what I'm saying? He boosted he boosted the sales of Frenchies across the nation.
I wish I wish I would have got one of them goddamn stimulus checks too.
Yeah.
I hate I passed up. I hate I passed up on it. Trying to be a good civilian.
Oh, you talking about the PPP?
Them PPP loans, stimulus check, yeah, PP. I really hate I missed that motherfucker. Yeah. I probably wouldn't even be on this interview right now if I had got one of them.
Good times, man.
So tell me this. If you had a biopic, what would it be called?
Biopic. That's a biography of life.
Yeah.
Motherfucker be called what my partners used to call me back in the day in my old rap name. We had a cell phone business and we had a CEO. We had a rap label too. And I was the CEO and my name was Broski.
All right, Broski. I can live with that.
BROS.
I like that. All right, better question. Who would play you?
My son.
If you had to pick an actor.
Not Keenan, but Kale.
Kale? Really?
All right.
That's
I can see a little slice of that.
Okay. Yeah, he on the come up again too. So
yeah, and I like Good Burger too. They coming out with a 2.
I saw that.
He coming back. Yeah, he made peace with the Illuminati. They welcomed him back into the fold.
Yeah, his baby's mama real big on TikTok, and she be talking about him a lot. I don't know following her, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a Teflon Don, man. He's had some ups and downs, and he bounced back. And I had not forgot about him, but I saw the advertisement for Good Burger 2, and the 2 of them were there, and I was like, oh man, he pulled off another one. Like, man.
Dang. Hey, ain't nobody gonna be another watcher but the 80 baby, because all the millennials don't know shit about no
They ain't worried about no burger. You know?
Mm-hmm.
They want the perkies and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's where they at. So, Mr. Ambrose, advice for your past self.
Man, it's so much advice I could have gave my younger self so I can be in a better position now, but I couldn't. So I would say, man, just keep on doing you. Everything worked out like it's supposed to. I'm glad I went through everything that I did to get me to this point. So I ain't got no regrets. I wouldn't have said nothing, but hey, keep on doing you till you figure it out.
So tell me this, with COVID, with all the shutdowns, everything just being flatlined across the country, now everything is like extra open. It's like people are going kind of harder in one way than they were before COVID happened. Where do you see social progression going in the next 2 years?
Hopefully we don't have enough shutdown, but man, I went through depression when this is all I do, and man, I love doing it. Man, COVID, I was depressed during COVID. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you missed out on the money, but most importantly, couldn't get on stage, and that's my therapy. That shit hurt me, boy. That's why I created the podcast, 38114 show during COVID. During that time, I had rented a studio. Got some camera equipment, and I was like, I got to do something. So I recorded like 64 episodes of 38114 show. Y'all can look that up on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm interviewing everybody, man. Comedians. I got fucking teachers. I wanted to show people another part of me. Like, I am funny. I'm a comedian, but it's this intellectual side of me too that I can sit down and talk to anybody about different walks of life, because I read a lot. I'm very knowledgeable about a different array of things. So wanted to give people another side of me that, show them that, I am an intellect and I can just sit down and talk to anybody. So that's what that podcast is about. And man, it's wide open now. I think it's gonna go. I'm trying to be on stage every week now because we got a lot of making up to do since COVID. So I'm trying to work every goddamn weekend. I ain't turning nothing down.
until they come with the next one.
Man, I got jokes about, we got the whole vaccine shit. I ain't believing none of that. I don't know, man. They fooled us with that shit, man. I did get one of the shots just because they scared us. Like, you go to LA or New York, you gotta have a vaccination card. Yep. I went, yes, got one shot, and I feel the rest of that shit like I got the other two, and I laminated the card. And now, look, you don't even need the fucking card. You know what I mean? So I think that vaccine was number water and peroxide. So I think the social, what you say, where's the show? It's going to get back bigger until, like you say, the next hopes come through where these companies going to get billions of dollars from the government. And I'm still going to be over here. I ain't taking no goddamn more vaccine. I'm going to be over here on my sea moss and bladderwrack tinctures that I created in 2019 before COVID. Got over 100 bottles, so it's a tincture, boost your immune system, aids and weight loss, and also good for your libido. It contains 92 of the 101 minerals that your body needs. I'm a certified pharmacy technician also.
Okay, so yeah. Cool.
Where can you get it?
They go on my website, medianambrosejones.com, and get those right there. And I got the 1 ounce and a 2 ounce. It's a tincture. You put this tincture under your tongue and your salivary glands, take it straight to your bloodstream. So I created 2019. The COVID hit 2020. I wasn't even worried about it because I was like, my immune system good. So I had started packaging up and selling them. And man, a couple of my customers during COVID was like, man, everybody else was in my house caught COVID. I'm the only one didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because they was taking, my product. But so yeah, man. So everything gonna be back open, wide open, until, like you say, to the next disaster come through, and these companies gonna get billions of dollars for giving us a bullshit. A lot of people died from that goddamn vaccine too, but okay, yeah, but that's another story. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna tell you where the devil stepped in. When you pulled up a little brown bottle, I thought it was gonna be, when you talking about shots, I thought it was gonna be a little brown bottle of some tequila.
Did you say that it is sea moss and bladderwrack soaked in 80 proof vodka for 6 weeks?
Okay.
And so why I did that is because I got this from Adele Givens and her husband. They make a lot of tinctures, and they taught me about this. You can boil these herbs, but that water ain't gonna get all the vitamins and the nutrients out of it. But if you let it soak in this 80 proof vodka for 6 weeks, man, it extracts everything out of it. So that's why you do it in the alcohol. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Oh no. Well, it's not gonna happen tonight, but I'm definitely gonna order some tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And see where we can go with that. So
I probably got like over 400 some bottles sold, man. Yeah. I sell them out to those, and I sell them online also.
Nah, that's dope. So you got any so we got your podcast. What's your podcast again one more time?
38114. That's a zip code in Memphis, Tennessee. That used to be a Black Wall Street back in the day. That's why I used that. It used to be, they had their own black doctors, black cleaners, black everything before they came in and what they call it when the white folks come in and
gentrification.
Yeah, they came in and did that. But yeah, it's called the Orange Mound neighbor. That's where A-Ball and MJG is from. So I just took and I named the 38114 show. That's where I stay at now in the 38114 show, 38114 zip code area. You know what I'm saying? And then, I've been documenting my comedy career, my whole career. I could record all my sets, most of them, and I always was looking for a right time to start posting clips online. So now the time, I've been wanting to like years ago, but I was like, no, I don't feel like it. But now everybody posting their comedy clips.
Yeah.
Clips from back in 2007. I can post a different clip every goddamn day on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram, Hollywood Jones. that's Ambrose Jones III. I'm on Facebook, YouTube. I post clips up on YouTube. Yeah, man. Shit. That's it, man. Tour dates. You can catch that on Instagram. Don't nobody do their website no. I got a website too, but y'all follow me on Instagram. I post where I'm coming up next, man. I think April 20th I'll be in Virginia Beach. April 21st I'll be in Hampton, Virginia. April 28th and the 29th I'll be in Columbia, South Carolina. May 6th I'll be in Auburn, Alabama. I mean, just check my Instagram. Thank y'all so much.
Nah, all good. And you, Jeremy, what you got coming up?
This weekend I'll be in San Diego at headlining the Mic Drop 7:30 show and 10 o'clock show. So please sell out the 7:30 so that I won't look stupid for the 10. You said what?
What club? San Diego.
Mic Drop.
Mic Drop. I never heard of.
Yeah, it used to be the old Comedy Palace, but it's kind of popping now. They got new owners.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta get you. Oh man, I'll be
absolutely.
Came out the last August and did Kev on stage. Keep your distance, and so I'll be coming probably July, August, and shit. Yeah.
Absolutely, bro. You know, definitely. I'll embrace you warmly when you get here. You know, and take you around, whatever. I mean, I'm sure you're already established, but you know what I'm saying? Just even know the same people, whatever. I gotta get to Atlanta or just the South in general. I'm actually gonna be in Memphis April 15th. I'm doing this club called Growlers.
Growlers?
Yeah.
Who you with?
Huh?
Who you with?
What you mean?
You by yourself? Coming by yourself?
Just by myself. I mean, I gotta get somebody if you're interested, maybe.
April 15th, you're doing Growlers. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, let's talk.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Right. And are you coming in early? I'll try to get you some. You coming in early or you staying?
I haven't. You know what? Did I buy my ticket yet? I think I bought my ticket, but probably just for the day before, maybe. I mean, I think I just bought one way in. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Hit me up. I'll be here. 15. Yeah, I'll be here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Other than that, I'm doing Laugh Factory in minutes. So yeah. Other than that, at Jeremy Comedy.
You doing too?
On Instagram.
You doing what is that? Not Chocolate Sundays, but they got a spot on Tuesdays.
Tuesday they got Ruben Paul's night. Ruby Tuesdays. Yeah.
Can you tell Lonnie I did the Chocolate Sundays last year. Can you tell her can I get my set, please?
Oh, good luck.
Fucking rip.
Once they started making money off of the clips, you know, that's a whole different political system than getting on stage.
But she told me to call her.
Talk to her. That's every game individual.
She stopped answering me. And like I wouldn't.
Hey, I'll walk you up to her and I'll be like, I'll even trick her. I'll be like, hey, Lonnie, it's my boy Ambrose.
Be calling you, you wouldn't have told me, hey Ambrose, contact me late next week, I'll get the clip to you. But you know what, when I did it after the show, I had my promo cards. I'm in the lobby passing out my promo cards. It's a chick selling Chocolate Sundays t-shirts. She was like, hey, you can't pass your promo cards. I said, oh, I didn't know. She said, I'm finna call Lonnie. Don't you know she called Lonnie and say, Ambrose is out here passing out his promo card. Here you go. Put Lonnie on the phone. Yeah, Ambrose, you're not supposed to. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. So I think that's the reason why. I don't know.
Honest mistake. They don't pay us enough. You did nothing wrong.
At all.
Yeah, you did nothing wrong. You made a mistake, but you were doing what you're supposed to do. That's stupid. Anyway, don't get me started.
Dope. Well, man, that's been another episode of Splendid Radio on PharcydeTv. Thank you, Ambrose, Hollywood Jones. You know what I'm saying? This has been a good one. I'm gonna make sure you and Jeremy connect so y'all can do the comedian thing and get all that right. But this has been another episode of Splendid Radio on PharcydeTv.
Yes, sir.